What it do is your boy Crock'em Stand No Guy Get the Sports, and today I will be covering the Commanders offseason. So let's get straight into it. So first things first, I know you guys probably caught up. I'm gonna catch you up anyway. We cut Cliff Kingsbury. Well, we didn't cut Cliff Kingsbury. We parted ways mutually, but we did cut our boy Witt Jr. So we cut him. We still searching for a defensive coordinator. We done interviewed so many defensive coordinators so far. But I will say this: my favorite candidates that I would like to hire is Al Hurst. Al Hurst, he haven't called plays yet. If you guys don't know what Al Hurst is, he's with the Chicago Bears as their secondary coach. The defense was okay, but they was like number one, I believe, in turnovers, interceptions, and things of that nature. So Al Hurst definitely had great success everywhere he goes. He was under Dan Quinn when Dan Quinn was a defensive coordinator with the Cowboys in the secondary as well. And you see how he had Diggs and Bland playing. Diggs, as you know, has been cut from the Cowboys. Then he got cut again. Couple days ago. The Packers cut him, so now he's on the waiver wire. He cleared that as well. Now he's a free agent, so we'll see how that goes. But long story short, Al Hurst get great production out of his secondary no matter where he goes, whether he's with the Cowboys, with the Bears, you know what I'm saying? And he also played in the NFL where he was a great cornerback and safety as well. So I like Al Hurst. I know people are probably nervous that he didn't call plays before, but if we do get Al Hurst, I'll say this: maybe Dan Quinn can call plays like the first season or half of the season, and kind of let Al Hurst get comfortable with just coaching in general, and then let him take over the play calling. So that's something that he may not responsibility he might not get right away, but eventually he can get it. With Dan Quinn kind of like ease him into the play calling situation. So I like him. Another guy I do like too is Carl Scott. Carl Scott is the secondary coach from Seattle Seahawks. You see how that Seattle Seahawks defense looks. To me, I feel like they're the favorites to probably go to the Super Bowl. I feel like, as long as Sam Darnold don't mess it up, I feel like they will probably win the Super Bowl for sure. But that secondary is humming. Carl Scott is doing this thing out there. But again, Carl Scott is young as well, and he also don't have play calling experience either. So I'll say if we do get Carl Scott as well, Dan Quinn can maybe call plays his first season or half the season, kind of let him get adjusted, kind of like how I was saying with Al Hurst, and then let's give him a shot. And then we also have signed, not signed, we promoted David Blau. David Blau was our I think our passing coordinator or something like that. Young guy, I want to say he's like 30, 32 at the highest. Very great guy, but again, he don't have play calling experience. But he was coached. He played in the NFL, I think, for like 2-3 seasons. He was coached under Ben Johnson, Cliff Kingsbury, and Kevin O'Connell. And then, he was under Cliff Kingsbury as a coach for 2 seasons with the Commanders. He got a very bright mind. The Lions wanted to interview him for an offensive coordinator position. So once that happened, we kind of hopped on that and kind of, promoted David Blau. So he has great potential to be good, but he's, unproven. We don't know what he can do as far as play calling because he never done it before. He's very young. It's a risky position, but it can be very, 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 very messing up the word up again, but very beneficial in the future because he's very young. And with the Commanders, if you a real Commander fan like me, been suffering. I'm 35 years old, so I've been suffering, I would say, for a good good 28, 30 years, once I really got into football and know what's going on. We had so many bright minds in this stadium, in this facility. We had McDaniel. He just got fired from the Dolphins, but he had success, a bright mind, great offense, a mind. Kyle Shanahan, what he do in San Francisco. Sean McVay, the GOAT, with the Rams. They're in the NFC Championship right now. He already have a Super Bowl, trying to get another one. It's a list of other guys. Raheem Morris, a great defensive mind. What's the guy named from the Packers? Matt LaFleur. He does a good job. He had him in the building. It's probably more great coaches we have. But the point I'm making is all these guys were young, and we didn't take a chance of letting him be an offensive coordinator, and they slipped through our hands, for exception of Sean McVay. Sean McVay was our offensive coordinator before. I was saying back then I felt like we should have let Sean McVay become the coach, But I get why they didn't do it. But at the end of the day, we should let him become the coach. I don't think Jay Gruden was a good coach, and we might end up getting rid of him eventually anyway. So I feel like Sean McVay should have been our head coach. But you know how it go. We had Daniel Snyder, and Daniel Snyder very incompetent. You know what I'm saying? Interfere with everything. So it wouldn't have worked out anyway with Daniel Snyder here. So it is what it is. But David Blau, he worked with Jay and Daniels, of course, for these last 2 years. So he should have some rapport with him. Hopefully, Jay and then adjust, under his play calling. We'll see how that go. But yeah, man, it's a lot of different things going on right now with the quarterback, defensive. Oh my God, I can't think right now. The defensive coordinator position, we don't know who's gonna get that. Like I said, I feel like they probably waiting for Seattle. They definitely want to get an interview from Carl Scott. See how that play out. But we'll see how that go. I feel like Dan Quinn is on the clock. There's no reason why our defense should be as bad. We need to make sure we get the talent out there. Of course, we don't have the talent, so that's up to Adam Peters to draft right and draft the right people. I think we need to get a pass rush. I see people say at 7 we should get Caleb Downs maybe, but I wouldn't go after him. I'll go after Bain. I'll go after Arvell Reese, which he's probably going to be gone. And then I will go after, what's the guy name? I think his name David Bailey. He looks pretty good too. So got to do your due diligence. See who's the best pass rusher and get the best one. If we get a good pass rusher, the secondary will get better instantly. We've seen that average cornerbacks look good because the pass rush is so great. So we need to get that pass rush settled. We can't ignore that. Not this year. So that need to be our first pick for sure. I don't care if we have to reach, or maybe we have to trade back. We trade back a couple slots and maybe still can get David Bailey at 10 or 12. Do that to get some more draft capital because we don't have a lot of draft capital right now. I think we only have 5 picks in the draft, no second rounder. We may have a third rounder. I don't think we have a fourth, so we need some more draft capital if we can. But if you got that game changer on that edge, you draft that edge player. You draft Bain for sure if he drops to 7. You draft David Bailey because he's like that. I like him too. But I'll say Bain probably the more favorite. But people kind of discredit Bain, think he might slip in the draft because he got short arms. So that's kind of the knock against him when it comes to the measurables and things of that nature. But he's very effective. He's been doing really, really good. He did real good in the national championship this year, a few weeks ago. So pass rusher, you better go after that. And for free agency, right now, who I'm looking at, at a position that we need tight ends, is 2 tight ends that stick out to me. Got great upside. They might not be the best and consistent, but they have great upside. So we got Kyle Pitts from the Falcons. He kind of started flashing a little bit towards the end of the season. I think we need to give him a shot. I would love to have Kyle Pitts in this offense with Terry McLaurin and Jay and Daniels throwing him the ball. I feel like he will flourish under this offense. We don't know what the offense is going to look like under David Blau, but I feel like he'll do a great job with Jay and Daniels and Terry McLaurin. So Kyle Pitts, I feel like we need to go for him, and he shouldn't break the bank because he's inconsistent. You don't have to give him too much money because you can say, hey, you're not consistent. So give him a nice deal, but I would lock him down. Another guy, too, right up 95 in Baltimore, I would say Isaiah Likely. They need to go after him as well because he's good, too. He's very inconsistent as well. But you can make an argument that the Ravens don't give him an opportunity. I did hear he drop passes sometimes, but he also makes great plays as well. So I would give Isaiah Likely a chance as well. I think he's good. He's very effective. I think he'll be good under Jay and Daniels as well. So that's what I have to do. I will go after Kyle Pitts and Likely because we need the tight end. Ertz may not come back, he shouldn't come back. He's a great player. He might be a Hall of Famer, but, he got the injury. So I hope he, a speedy recovery. I want to have a speedy recovery for sure. But we need to get younger. This team need to get younger. We don't need to keep playing these young bucks. These old bucks. We need to start playing the young people. Ben Sinnott, not confident in him. Not saying he's a bum on that, but it seems like the team just not giving him a chance. So I'm not sure what we got from him, and I don't want him being our number 1 tight end coming into the 2026 season. So Kyle Pitts. That would be my number 1 favorite, Kyle Pitts. I think Kyle Pitts is the one, but I will settle for Likely too because I think he's good as well. because we need that. We have a lot of holes. We have holes in tight end position, corner, safety, linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So we got to patch stuff up. Another guy I would go after too is I think his name Hendrickson from the Bengals. Remember, we was kind of slated to maybe trade for him, but we didn't. I'm glad we didn't, and I think he wound up getting hurt. I don't know if he's still hurt now. I feel like it wasn't like a real serious injury, but I feel like now we can get him at a decent price, and he won't break the bank, and we won't lose draft capital. So I would go after him too, on top of us drafting somebody at number 7. When I say somebody, at edge rusher. So we need to be getting one edge rusher at least in this draft, and then one in free agency. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be more stuff I'm going to talk about as the season go along. As the season ends, off season is not technically off season right now, but it's off season for the Commanders. But we got the NFC Championship and AFC Championship coming up. Then we got the Super Bowl. So once February come around, March, and people become free agents in the free agency, then I will drop more videos of seeing who we're gonna get, who we've been scouting, what we looking at, all the reports, etc., etc. So yeah, thank you guys for supporting me. You can't get rid of me. I'm still here. I'm gonna be here during the all season. Maybe not doing videos every week, but when big news come out about the Commanders, I definitely will drop a video, give you my intake, and you guys too. Let me know what you think in the comments. What you think about who you want us to get in the upcoming free agency, who you want us to draft in the upcoming draft. You want us to get Bain, Bailey, or RBL Reese. Like I said, RBL Reese, I don't feel like he's going to be around, but we'll see. Oh, dude, is Caleb Downs really that good? Is he really that good? If he is, then we need to draft him. Is he going to be that difference maker on our defense? Because we do need the safety for sure. Quan Martin he had a horrible season. So I don't know what's going to happen with him. Me personally, I'll give him another chance. But he had a horrible season, so we can't justify not getting the safety in the offseason. We have to get one, whether that's in the draft or free agency. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I will holler at you guys in a few weeks. Peace. Crack up, stand. Let's get it.